Hey everyone, welcome. My name is Jenna Sullivan, and I'm going to share with you a first look of a brand that I just received yesterday. And it's not in our official lineup, meaning we voted. So I had all of you vote on what brands you wanted me to test. Interestingly, out of all of the brands you were wanting me to test, not all of them are clean. And so what's been cool is I've gotten a couple companies have reached out to me to say, hey, we'd like to include us in the mix if you can. So Root Pretty was one of them, and they sent me some really great samples and kind of how their makeup works. And it's a smaller line, but it's really what I mean by that's kind of a newer brand. It's not like super well known, but what I was excited about is that they have really like eco-friendly packaging, and the way that their makeup line comes to you, like you can get samples, and that's helpful because one of the things I'm struggling with now is returns, right? Getting colors. And I mean, I can't tell you for how many hours I've spent in Ulta just trying to figure out two brands coloring. And I'll get one home and then be like, it's totally wrong, even though I matched it in the store. So it's been interesting because I've done that twice with Tarte, 3 times with Bare Minerals, like just trying to find the right color out of the gajillions of colors. So what's great about this brand and online brands that you can't really test, it's difficult, and sometimes they send you not enough. So I'm dealing with that, like with Crunchy right now, because they sent I bought a little sample thing, and it was just like a little swipe, and you really can't tell with that small amount of sample. So I ended up getting the wrong color, so now I'm in the middle of trying to get it back. So for me to want to be able to do all of these videos for you right away, it's been hard because I've been dealing now for a month with the back and forth on a lot of these companies. So whenever a makeup brand, goes out of business, in the case of Savvy Minerals here, and we're all trying to find a new brand, this has been helpful. So I want to show you Root Pretty and kind of what they are. And this is a first look. And what I mean by that is I haven't put this on yet. So you're going to see me decide if I like it here. They have this little, what did they call this? It's the palette, Pretty Forever palette. So this was wrapped on there. And I was sort of confused because I opened it and nothing was in it. So it was just empty. But then I had all these little like sample things. So this is magnetic. So you can see here, these are little tins that are magnetic, and you can fill it up with the colors you want. Now on the other side, which I didn't realize this was even here, there's another area. So again, they sent a bunch of little tins here. They're not really tins, they're just like the bottoms of them are metal so that they are magnetic, so nothing moves around. So you can fill this up with the colors you want, which I thought that's kind of an interesting concept. So these are just those little, this brought me right back to my childhood. I can't remember what was in these, maybe little lip glosses as a child, but I thought that was super fun. So I have like a concealer and a blush and a perfector number 8, which is brown. So I'm not sure what I would use that for because that's really dark for me. So I will put that over here. Maybe they'll give me some tips on that. Okay, so they do have regular foundation. So this is a BB serum, and I'm using, I think it's 53W-30. So very good. I'm just gonna apply this here. And I did also put a primer on, and I used my own primer. So it's Oxy Serum. So this brand has no synthetics in it that I know of. Okay, so that's the thing. Like they actually don't even have silicones, which most other clean brands do have, like dimethicone, because they feel like it's not toxic, so why it's not a problem, but it is synthetic. And that was one of the things that I'm sort of like, am I going to put that on my face? I'm not sure, right? None of it has bothered me, but it's just, it kind of holds on. So Oxy Serum, if any of you are using the Oxy Serum, this is high detox. You can't use this with any synthetics. So I'm happy to say I can actually put this on. I haven't been able to use this in the morning, the Oxy Serum. I have to use it at night because I'm using all of these makeups with dimethicone. So I'm going to apply here. And actually, let me do what you're supposed to do first, and actually put concealer on. I never do, you guys. I'm a little bit weird about concealers and doing too much. I'm sort of liking to be able to just do minimals. And here's the thing. One of the other things is, how do we match the colors from Savvy? So I'm a warm 2, and I will tell you, it's been a little bit of a pain to match that color. I think I found it with this brand because they sent me all these little, enough to really, I mean, you could cover your whole face probably twice with those samples. So I'm interested in the fact that I was able to put each one of them here along with a Savvy Minerals, you know, my Savvy Warm 2, and lo and behold, the W3. So their W3 is the match to Warm 2. So if you're wondering, so I also use Warm 1 often. I don't have any more, but I have some coming. I found some on eBay and bought them. And so that's usually winter is I'll wear Warm 1 because my skin gets real light and then it gets real tan, like not super tan, but tanner in the, so I'm probably putting too much concealer on. I'm just trying to cover up like little blemishes and whatnot. Maybe I'm putting too much on. So if you're like, that's like foundation. Okay, so I have this here and I'm just gonna blot this on. And this is a BB cream, so this isn't going to be like full coverage. So I don't know that I necessarily need this. And what I mean by that is I'm not entirely sure if I will wear this, but because it's a liquid, and I don't typically do this because it takes too long. You guys know me, I'm like, just get the stuff on and leave the house. So, but I am happy with the fact that their foundation is a more full coverage foundation. I'm sorry, I take that back. Their powder foundation. So that's kind of good. But BB creams are nice because they'll kind of help smooth your skin tone and pores and all of that stuff. So maybe as I'm aging here, I'm coming on 49, I might need to start doing this more. Okay, and let me just double check here in this mirror. Okay, so now I've got the W3 and I've got just the little sample here because they sent me 5 so that I could color match. I'm going to put some in an old Savvy lid because I had that left over here. And they do have some fun brushes. So this is their brush line, little white brush. I'm going to dip this mineral in. It's got a little bit of shimmer to it, which is kind of fun, but I'm going to definitely tap this off. So I'm tapping it on the side of the lid. And, you know, this is up to you as far as how you use minerals, but I typically am trying to kind of like not create a plume. So let's just see here how this does. And the nice thing about this line too is there's no fragrance in it. So I don't smell anything. I mean, minerals often have a little bit of aroma to them, which dissipates over time anyway. So it's not to me a big deal. But see, I have like redness on my face. And I've got this nice little zit that won't go away on the top of my neck here. So we'll see how this covers. Today is my son's 15th birthday. So we're going to Benihana today. Pretty soon actually. So I figured I'd do my makeup because I'm doing my makeup today. I'd let you guys see me do my makeup. Yeah, there's like BB creams. I'm just looking at your comments, and there's CC creams now. So like I think it's complexion correctors, and then the BBs are just lighter. It's like more of a tinted lotion kind of. Okay, so it's looking pretty good and it feels good so far. But again, I won't know until later. And remember, minerals will spread a little bit farther with the warmth of your skin. So, you know, I know some people have some issues, like they say don't buff them in or whatever. It's like part of it is I'm not like rubbing it hard. I'm just spreading them because they do spread nicely. Okay, so I also have this blush. Now I've had to, because so many companies have this kind of blush, which I'm just not used to. I've had to get used to applying this, and I'm sort of freaked out by it, to be honest. Like, you know, like this is really weird to me because I feel like you have to make sure you're not becoming like, I don't know, too much. Like I think I put too much on. So I'm not quite sure. Somebody save me from the liquid blushes. Help me, help me, help me. Because again, I feel like I put way too much on and I don't know really, then I feel like I look like I got makeup on and I don't really want to look like I have makeup on. So see, this side looks like too much. I'm not sure. And my face is so sensitive that then it gets all pink and red if I start rubbing it too much. So for me, I think that's why I don't typically do that kind of blush. They have it. So that's also lip though. So this can be a lip, which it's smooth enough. I've found that a lot of these kind of companies that say, yeah, that feels smooth enough. They say like you can do this on your face or your lips. And I'm sort of like, but that's so dry. Like, you know, it's drier. So I'm just going to cover this over. And again, that's probably one of my problems too. Like when as we're working on a new makeup brand, how do you get rid of something, right, that you don't like? So I'm putting this over. So now we're getting rid of that. And it's on the lips is fine. And maybe if I figure out how to use that better, they do have, so they sent me a blushing bronze, which I think is interesting. And this is called Sunniest. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice color. I don't know that you guys can see that. Oh, there you go. It's not like super, and here's their little blush brush. So it's actually a better color. I think this is less, and there's like a ridge line in here so I can dip it, but then kind of get it off. And I think that's my issue is I want the blush, just don't want a lot of it. So this is nice because it's a blushing bronze. So it's not so pink. It's more like bronze. And then you can actually go ahead and like contour your face a little bit. So you can, as if I got a little bit of sun. So that's maybe better. I like this one. I like this color. Oopsie, too much. Oh, you guys trying to do makeup on the video here because I'm literally just looking at the screen and my face is like, that's my son. Yesterday I did makeup and he's like, you look ridiculous, mom. You have so much blush on. That's the thing. I do believe you're blushing, that one. And what I do is I just put the tiniest hint of it on. So we're going to go back over this with a little bit of foundation. Okay, so cool. But I do like that color. So I'll have to let you guys know. I'm going to see my mom today, so she'll be able to let me know. Okay, they have the Illuminator, which I believe, if I'm correct, so again, brand new, haven't even looked at it. I would guess based on the description, it's like the diamond dust. So this you don't want to be too heavy-handed with. And normally you would use like a fluffy brush. I'm going to use this one just because it's what I have here. But again, for this, because you do definitely want to tap off. And this is just like, I'm like barely touching my face. I just want to like highlight some areas, but because I have such white skin, I typically wouldn't use this. The diamond dust was fine for like setting, like if you wanted to puff over your whole face and just kind of get a little bit, but I'm usually cautious on the illuminators because you can go crazy with this. And, you know, I've seen that's kind of popular right now where the younger girls, which I'm not able to do. So you can even see there's like a little bit of shine now and there. I'm not able to do that because I'm too old, honestly. Like you got to be careful with your age, where the girls are making their faces look like glowy and dewy. And it's beautiful on them because they have beautiful young skin. But, you know, I'm not that young. So, okay. And then they have these it's called the Pretty Lip Balm. I can't actually see. I need my glasses. That's great being old. I can't see what the top line says, but this is great because it's little. And it's a tint, it's like a tinted lip balm. So you guys can see that. I don't know if it'll focus. There you go. So I already put that other one on though. So I like it because I could probably put it in my pocket. Don't forget about it though. That would be a terrible mess in the washing machine. Okay, so the other thing is though, eyes. So let's go for the eyes. Now, I have to check their website. I don't have a mascara from them, so I don't know. And here's the other thing. On these, I'm not sure if you should put the lids back on. I'm sort of lazy, so I probably wouldn't, and I would probably just close this. I think that would keep them safe. And this has like a little mirror. So I'm going to, and the eye brush they sent me is kind of a bigger, fluffier one. I don't typically do well with those either because I like to control my shadow a little bit. So I have three good colors though. So these are the three colors. And if I could tell you what the colors were, oh, I think it says it on the back, although I think I need my glasses. Okay, this is called Mary. So let me see, that's the darker one, more like an eyeliner. Bliss is the one that's the middle color, and Champagne Cake, that's cute, is the lighter color. So I'm going to start with Champagne Cake. And I go on the inside. You guys have seen me do this a gajillion times. So, and I think these will be better once they're, if I fill this thing up, or when I fill this up, if I find some other colors, and I don't know. But this is big because I'm not a big, huge, like I could do with like a mini. So if they made like a mini, because I would legit I use 3 colors for my eyes and maybe the blush and the concealer. I don't know. So maybe a mini. So this is good though. And then I'm going to put this on the outside. And I'll show you up close the eyes once I'm done here. And then I'm going to take the highlighter again and just lightly dust the ridge line. And then I'm going to take this, and I don't think this is dark enough for an eyeliner, but it might be. It's like a brown, it's like a warm brown. I don't think this is meant to be an eyeliner, but I'm pretty fair skinned, so. Okay, it's not bad, but it's more orange. So I don't typically go that color, but that's okay. I would need kind of like a dark, something darker for the eyeliner. And then no mascara. So I'm gonna just use what I know is not gonna mess me up today. So we're gonna be out and about. All right, I'm gonna do my eyes and then I'll show you my eyes. So see if I can do this here. Sorry, I'm off frame. I need to be able to see what I'm doing with this one, or else I will get it everywhere, and that's not good. Okay. I wore a mascara yesterday from a new company and still not happy. The mascara issue with me is like real. It's that struggle is just like, oof. So far, the only mascara that hasn't given me troubles is one that's probably not that clean. I mean, this one is definitely plastic. So again, I just look at mascara as, mascara is like nail polish, like, you know, or like hair stuff, right? So if you're putting stuff on your hair that's maybe not super natural, I just look for fragrance-free stuff, but I can't have certain things in my eyelashes. Like I can't have oils on my eyelashes because my eyes water. So I actually prefer like plastic eyelashes. I know that sounds ridiculous. I'm not going to put falsies on because those look bad on me. But this one works pretty well. So the last 2 I tried, whatever. So, okay, I'm going to get close so you guys can see the makeup. It should focus in. I don't know if I messed up at all. But a little bit of that, because it's a warm eyeliner. It's not really an eyeliner, like I said. So it's okay though.
So anyhow, that's, and you can see my face, maybe a little clearer, maybe not. It's a little blown out, better back here. So this one is more highlighting. So I feel like this is kind of a fresher face look. And again, the W3 matched warm Savvy Minerals. I'm always going for my nose, by the way. I'm always covering my nose more. I don't like the red nose look, so I always just do that more. But this is Root Pretty, and they matched Savvy's the best so far. So W3 is the same as Warm 2. I will wear it all day today and let you all know how I feel about it. And this was just a first look. And yeah, the thing about mascara for me, and I'll just tell you, I can't wear most that don't, because here's what they do. Number one, if they flake at all, like at all, it's a no-go for me, because I've got allergies and I'm always like touching my face and my eyes. And right here, I don't know why, on this eye, these lashes connect, and they just like to connect and annoy the bejesus out of me. Like legit, these, I have to wait until this all dries and make sure they're not playing together, and then they stay away from each other. But most mascaras, they just, because of the warmth of your body, they get a little sticky and then they stick right there. And I can't, I don't know what it is. So some of you, okay, socks with me, I have like the right and left socks, because if that little seam is on my pinky toe in the wrong spot, I keep taking my shoes off and readjusting. It's the same thing with my eyes. This mascara is a big issue for me and drives me nuts. And so we'll see. I'd have to look and see if Root Pretty has a mascara, but I don't have one from them. So that's the only thing on my face right now that is not from them. Otherwise, everything else is. So if I back up, you can see the color a little bit more. It covered well and it matched well. The face matches well. You know, I'm fairly blown out in these videos, and I try to, oops, we don't want to color that down. Let me see if I can, like if I give you less light and then it's too, let's see, you're too warm. I don't know if that even matters or makes sense, but I have shadows from the overhead light now, but it matches pretty well. And I look kind of red, but that's just funky color balancing now. Oh, come on. I can't reach the light. So that's a little lower. So that's, I mean, some of you guys have seen me in person. It's, you know, I have got normal wrinkles up here, this guy, otherwise maybe a little too much blush, but again, yeah, they didn't send me any mascara, so I don't have their mascara, so I can't test it. But that's okay. So maybe I'll see if I can get some. All right, everyone. So this was Root Pretty. You can look on their website, because they are real strict about most ingredients, like all ingredients. Like they're one of the strictest. And what I mean by that is they even don't do like any silicones at all. So that's a big deal. So if some of you are thinking like, okay, I'm trying to really match the Savvy line the most, so far, this one hits all the marks so far. So, and even better, I like the fact that you can get all these samples and test it out. So hopefully I'll be able to do this one again after I kind of share with you how I feel. Each one I'm going to do 2 videos on for sure, so that you guys can kind of get a, like what I felt afterwards. And remember, as we're moving through these, I'm telling you which ones, like we did a fairly toxic one the other day because you all voted on it. It was high on the list. I think it got like 3rd or 4th. So that, you know, it may have been clean at one time, but it's not anymore. So this was another brand that we did. And like I am doing Pacifica, because that is a very inexpensive brand that is mostly clean, but there's so much synthetic fragrance in most of their products that it was hard for me to find some that I could use. So that's the thing, is like I can tell you, I wanted to give you a good, if you could, you know, walk into a store and buy one like cheap, what would be the least expensive, like most
kind of natural that you're going to get away with type of thing. But again, Pacifica's like super limited. Like of what I could use, the colors are very limited. And then, there's all sorts of things to kind of consider. So what's really great about Root Pretty though, is their price point isn't bad. It's, I just got Ilia in and it's like, I don't know, $300 or something like that, just for like the basics. And it's not even that much. So some of these companies are really expensive. And I was sort of annoyed with Savvy Minerals price point. I'm not anymore. I mean, we paid like what, $27 for the foundation powder. And now I'm like, all these other companies, it's $50. And so I'm like, oh, we actually had it really good, you guys. So it's unfortunate that Savvy's going away, but it's already gone. So like, you really can't get anything on the website anymore. So it is what it is. And it'll be too long to wait for another brand to be released by anybody that we know in the company. So I'm interested in finding a company now and using a company that is going to work well and that my husband likes. Because the last few days, my husband has been like, oh, who are you? Because it's just too much. You know what I mean? And because I have to use the same brands over and over again to kind of like test it with a little less on, and then test it with just the powder, and then test it with the full. And I mean, even this, I want to test it with just the powder and see how my face looks without the BB cream. And so yeah, it's good to go. All right, so hope that this has been fun for you all, and I will see you all on the next one. Happy New Year, you guys. It's been fun playing with y'all. Okay, bye.